Hi everyone, my name is Naomi Ko and I am going to be reading 2 Korean folk tales for you. I don't know how scary they are or if they're really spooky, but I guess that is the reprieve of just Korean life and culture. Okay, so the first one is called The Ill-Fated Priest. In the year 1640, as I was journeying past the Bighorn Bridge in the country, I saw a scholar who, with his 4 or 5 servants, had met with some accident and they were all reduced to a state of unconsciousness lying by the riverside. I asked the reason for why they were unconscious, and they said, "We were eating our noon meal by the side of the road when a Buddhist priest came by, a proud and arrogant fellow who refused to bow or show any recognition of us." One of the servants shouted at him. The priest, however, beat him with his stick, and when the others went to help, he beat them so much they were unable to walk. He then scolded the scholar, saying, "You did not reprimand your servants for their insult to me, so I'll have to take it out on you as well." The Buddhist priest gave him a number of vicious blows so that he completely collapsed. Then a military man, a soldier, aged around 40 or so, came my way. He was in poor condition and didn't seem to have a lot of strength. He was riding a big pony, so he came shuffling along. And a boy accompanying him carried his hat cover as well as his bow and arrows, so not that weak. He arrived at the stream, and seeing the scholars and the scholars' servants in their plight, he asked what went wrong. The officer was very angry and said, "Yonder, that imprudent priest endowed with no end of brute force has attacked my people and me." "Oh, okay," said the soldier. "I have been aware of him for a long time, and I have decided to rid the earth of him, and I've never had that opportunity before. And now that I have come here at last, I am determined to have my satisfaction." So he dismounted from his big pony. He tightened his girth, took his bow and arrow, and the arrow had a special fist head, and made off at a gallop after the priest. Soon the priest looked behind him and saw that the archer let loose his arrow, which entered deep into the priest's chest. He then dismounted, drew his sword, pierced the 2 hands of the priest, and passed a string through them, tied him, the priest, to the big pony's tail, and triumphantly came back to where the scholar laid, and tells the scholar and the servants, "Yeah, you can do with what you please with the priest. I am going." The scholar bowed before the archer, thanked him, and asked where he lived, and the soldier replied, "My home is in the country," but he did not give his name. The scholar looked at the priest, but then the priest turned into a powerful giant. The arrows fall free. There's no more string. And then the giant priest chopped the scholar and all of his servants and made mincemeat out of them and ate them all. The end. All right, so the second folktale, this second Korean folktale I will be reading for you all, is called The Strangely Stricken Dead. There was once a soldier of fortune, General Kim, who had been specially honored at the court of the king. He was a great general, and he won a lot of campaigns, and he had a really intimate friend accompanying him, a friend who he greatly loved. But General Kim died, as men do, and he has been dead for some 10 years now. And one night, this intimate friend of his was disturbed at night. He had a nightmare. He called out, "Oh!" His wife, not liking this, asked him, "Honey, what did you mean by "Oh!"" The friend said, "I have just seen General Kim riding on a white horse with a bow and arrow at his belt. He called out to me and said, "A thief has just entered my home, and I have come to shoot him dead." He went and again returned, and as he drew an arrow from his quiver, I saw that there were blood marks on it. The intimate friend, who he loved the general deeply, said that the general told him, "I have just shot him dead. He is dead." So then the husband and wife went back to bed in fear. Then, when morning came, the friend went over to General Kim's former house to see what was up. Did General Kim come back to life? Did he rise from his grave? But then he learned that very night, General Kim's former young widow had decided to remarry, as what women do. But then, when her chosen fiance had entered her home, a terrible pain shot him through, and morning came, and fiance number 2 died in great agony. Korean horror folktales, everyone. A mirage of lessons and stories to be learned. So anyway, that's me. Again, I'm Naomi Ko. Thank you so much for watching me read 2 Korean horror-ish folktales. Have a great day.
Thank you for visiting our video. I'm Beth Cleary.
I'm Peter Ratcliffe, and this is Orso, the library dog.
We are the co-founders and co-executive directors of the East Side Freedom Library in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Our mission is to inspire solidarity, work for justice, and advocate for equity for all. If you enjoy our programming and want to support our work, please visit our website, eastsidefreedomlibrary.org.